Welcome to this detailed walkthrough of Rapid90, Intelisense IT's accelerated implementation program for Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain Management. Rapid90 is built for organizations that need the full power of Microsoft's enterprise ERP, which includes finance, operations, and manufacturing, delivered through a structured, fixed scope for engagement. In this session, we'll explore how Rapid90 helps enterprises move from fragmented legacy systems into a unified, intelligent ERP platform that scales with growth. Before we dive into the functional scope of Rapid90, it's important to look at how AI and Copilot capabilities are transforming the way that teams interact with Dynamics F&SCM. These features go beyond automation. They introduce intelligent assistants directly within daily workflows, making decision-making faster, actions more precise, and user experience far more intuitive. First, we have generative help and guidance within Copilot. Inside finance and supply chain management, Copilot acts as a conversational assistant that sits right within the application. Users can ask questions or describe what they need in simple plain language, and Copilot responds instantly with contextual answers drawn from Microsoft's knowledge base and in-app content. So whether you're navigating complex setups or clarifying a process, Copilot eliminates the time spent in searching documentation and helps users complete tasks confidently, reducing training overhead and increasing adoption speed. Next is review and accept changes to confirm purchase orders, which brings AI-supported control to procurement operations. Any modifications made after a purchase order has been confirmed can impact downstream processes such as production, service work, or sales orders. The new workspace highlights low and high-impact changes. It summarizes the potential effects and allows procurement managers to quickly validate and reconfirm orders. This intelligent prioritization ensures that attention is focused where it truly matters, in strengthening supplier collaboration and maintaining supply continuity. Workflow History Summary simplifies one of the most time-consuming aspects of finance and approval processes, which is reviewing workflow histories. Powered by Azure OpenAI, Copilot generates clear, natural language summaries of submission dates, approvers, comments, and outcomes. Instead of scrolling through long logs, users can see the entire workflow history at a glance. It's a small but powerful way to accelerate approvals and enhance compliance reviews. Then there's Immersive Home Overview, the new AI-first landing experience that adapts dynamically to each user's role and workload. It presents personalized summaries, priority tasks, and recommendations directly on the home screen, allowing users to act without navigating through multiple modules. The interface intelligently brings the most relevant information forward, supporting focus and improving productivity across departments. AI Summaries with Copilot extends this convenience across the application. On key pages such as purchase orders, vendor lists, and warehouse views, Copilot now produces concise summaries of what's most relevant, the number of pending orders, overdue invoices, or items awaiting action. It transforms complex data views into clear, actionable insights tailored to each user's context and permissions, making routine checks faster and more informed. With Analyze Demand Plans with Copilot, planners can now ask natural language questions about demand, fluctuation, trends, or anomalies. Copilot responds in real time, revealing key factors that drive changes between planning periods. This capability turns what used to be hours of spreadsheet analysis into seconds of interactive insight, helping planners make better decisions, faster inventory, and production decisions. The Workload Insights with Copilot in the Warehouse Management mobile app gives the warehouse teams a live, AI-driven view of the workload distribution. Workers can see pick and receive volumes, available work types, and open tasks, all summarized in plain language. It helps supervisors balance workloads, minimize idle time, and optimize resource allocation. On the warehouse floor, that translates to smoother operations, higher throughput, and better use of time and equipment. One of the most impactful new additions is the Supplier Communications Agent. Procurement professionals spend a significant portion of their day handling vendor follow-ups and order confirmations. This agent uses AI to automate much of the back-and-forth communication, sending and tracking supplier updates directly through the system. It reduces manual effort, shortens response times, and allows procurement teams to focus on strategic sourcing instead of routine correspondence. And finally, Generative Insights for Demand Planning gives planners deep analytical visibility through AI clustering. It identifies seasonal patterns, correlations, and anomalies within the demand data, and then explains them in natural language with confidence scores. By visualizing trends and predicting shifts, businesses can make proactive adjustments in procurement, production, and logistics, improving forecasting accuracy and responsiveness to the market demand. Together, these Copilot and AI-driven features redefine what ERP usability looks like with Rapid90. They connect intelligence to every process, simplifying how teams plan, decide, and act, while maintaining full control and auditability across finance and operational workflows. Rapid90 takes full advantage of these innovations, helping organizations modernize faster with smarter tools embedded into every stage of their implementation. Now let's take a look at the functional scope, starting with the core tier. Core delivers robust, high-volume financial and compliance capabilities required by modern enterprises, encompassing the general ledger, payables, receivables, fixed assets, and crucial cash management routines. We begin with the general ledger. This is the financial backbone for any enterprise, starting with a structured chart of accounts and highly configurable financial dimensions. These dimensions allow leaders to slice and analyze data by department, project, and business unit or any required category, ensuring reporting consistency across the organization. You can manage multiple calendars to support various entity or fiscal requirements. The system supports full financial reporting capabilities, enabling rapid generation of statements. Key financial integrity functions like period close and generating trial balances are included, ensuring reliable cutoffs and reporting. The management of currencies is centralized, which is essential for global operations. For efficiency, we implement periodic journals for routine transactions, the core general journal for ad hoc entries, and allocation journals to automatically distribute expenses or revenues based on predefined rules. This foundational setup guarantees auditability and high-fidelity financial insights. Next is accounts payable and accounts receivable, which manage your interactions with vendors and customers. For vendors, we establish the process of managing vendor records, tracking goods received not invoiced, also known as GRNI balances, and handling high-volume purchase invoicing. A critical control point included is three-way matching, which validates the invoice against the purchase order and the receipt to prevent payment errors. The full payment process is managed efficiently. On the sales side, we establish customers and their related processes, including creation of sales orders and the tracking of customer payments. We also manage transactions that are shipped not invoiced to maintain accurate accruals and revenue recognition. Finally, batch invoicing is included to streamline the billing process for high-volume transactions. This integrated approach shortens the procure-to-pay and order-to-cash cycles while strengthening financial controls. Fixed asset management ensures compliance and accurate reporting on capital investments. We establish the fixed asset register to track asset details and life cycles. Processes include recording acquisitions via acquisition journals, managing assets that are sold or scrapped, and processing scheduled write-downs using depreciation journal. Assets are organized via the fixed asset group structure to ensure consistent treatment and reporting. This ensures the full asset lifecycle is tracked, providing finance teams with clarity on asset value and regulatory compliance. In cash and bank, organizations gain control over liquidity. You can manage safe payment and reversal cancellation procedures and utilize advanced bank reconciliation tools to handle complex, high-volume bank statements. The ability to import bank statements directly accelerates reconciliation. We can configure the chart of cash flow accounts and enable the tracking of manual revenue and expenses alongside automated transactions. You can manage bank account statements, and detailed bank transactions. This visibility into daily cash flows enables better working capital management and reduces risk. For tax compliance, the tax module provides essential functionality. This includes support for digital filing, such as making tax digital, also known as MTD VAT, and generating statutory reports like VAT 100 reports. We can configure required tax codes to ensure all transactions are taxed and reported accurately and consistently. Finally, credit and collections provides the tools necessary to manage customer risk and optimize cash flows. We can implement the core customer credit and collections functionality, establish essential credit management rules to mitigate risk, and configure the automated distribution of the customer account statement. Critical reporting is enabled via age balance reporting, providing teams with a clear view of outstanding debt. These capabilities improve liquidity by standardizing collection efforts and proactively managing customer risk. And that concludes the scope of the core tier of Rapid90, which establishes the necessary enterprise-grade financial and compliance foundation. In the next section, we'll expand into the standard tier, integrating core financials with your essential supply chain and inventory management processes. Now let's move into the standard tier of Rapid90. This set of module extends the scope beyond finance and compliance into critical supply chain management areas like stock, sales, procurement, and foundational warehouse processes. This integration ensures inventory records are always accurate and synchronized with the general ledger. We start with stock management. This module allows for precise tracking of inventory movements, including routine stock movement between locations and stock transfers between warehouses. Accuracy is maintained through stock adjustments and organized stock counting. For traceability, we implement control over batch numbers and serial numbers. To control quality in usage, the system supports stock blocking, preventing materials from being used prematurely or incorrectly. Transfer orders manage the physical movement of goods across warehouses and locations. These controls reduce stockouts, minimize waste, and ensure product traceability where required. In sales and marketing, we establish the operational controls needed to fulfill customer demand. This includes rules for stock allocation to ensure critical customer orders are reserved inventory. We configure the processes for RMA returns, managing the flow and documentation for return goods. Inventory reservation allows specific stock to be held against future demand. Finally, we implement defined processes for sales order picking and packing, streamlining warehouse activities related to outbound customer orders. Procurement and sourcing manages the full cycle of acquiring goods and services. We implement the structured creation and tracking of purchase orders. The system supports formal vendor creation processes and manages necessary vendor returns. You can also configure the processes for purchase requisitions, allowing internal employees to request items which then route to approval, introducing discipline and control into spend management. For physical handling, warehouse management lays the groundwork for control movement. It supports basic processes across various functions: streamline and receiving during procurement, efficient outbound processing for sales, organized transfer and movements within the warehouse, and control counting activities. We also implement consolidated picking and order-based picking to optimize labor for high-volume orders, as well as foundational support for items related to production. Finally, product information management centralizes and structures all the data about your goods and services. This includes defining the bill of materials or BOMs for multi-level products and managing attributes like color or size. You can establish the cost structure, including standard cost and detailed item costing. Inventory is controlled using batch control to ensure products are tracked consistently. You can configure the master data for all products and services and support the definition of predefined variants. Product information management ensures a single trusted source of product data across all departments, improving pricing, purchasing, and manufacturing accuracy. The standard option delivers a fully integrated transactional foundation, connecting finance with the core operational functions of buying, stocking, and selling. Businesses can benefit from fewer errors, synchronized data, and improved transparency across the value chain. Next, we move into the Pro tier, which extends the system with advanced functionality in supply chain planning, production control, and automated document generation, supporting more complex, large-scale operations. So now let's explore the Pro option for Rapid90. This tier includes everything in core and standard, but expands into advanced areas like planning optimization, production management, and sophisticated reporting to support mature, high-growth enterprises. The procurement and sourcing module is enhanced with advanced capabilities. We enable direct delivery, allowing vendors to ship goods directly to customers while retaining financial control. You can implement rules for volume-based pricing, ensuring negotiated supplier tiers are applied automatically. Critical control is added via workflow approvals, routing requisitions and purchase orders through defined management hierarchies. Finally, you can manage long-term supplier relationships with formal purchase agreements. The biggest addition in the Pro tier is production control. This transforms Rapid90 into a complete manufacturing execution system. You can establish the definition of resources and resource groups, which includes labors, machine, and tooling, and configure the system for discrete manufacturing. You can define complex routes to model your production sequence, and the system can generate a Gantt chart view for visual scheduling. You can implement capacity planning to understand resource utilization and manage job scheduling for detailed shop floor work. You also have the ability to configure production-specific calendars and define the sequence of operations. The master planning module delivers the intelligence needed to balance supply and demand. You can configure both make-to-stock and make-to-order strategies. Planning uses planning optimization to run advanced MRP calculations efficiently. You can configure rules for reduction and seasonal demand, determine optimal safety stock levels, and allow input via manual forecast. Advanced controls include capacity scheduling, configuring multiple forecast models, defining master plans, and establishing forecast plans and coverage groups to categorize items for different planning strategies. This provides the enterprise with a clear, automated roadmap for what to buy, what to make, and move to meet customer demand while optimizing inventory investment. For the warehouse, You can enhance warehouse management functions by implementing automated label printing for inventory and movements alongside the existing consolidated picking we introduced in the standard option. In sales and marketing, we add features that enhance customer commitment and fulfillment. You can implement order holds for credit and administrative control, formalize customer pricing via volume-based pricing, and configure the system to generate professional quotes. Long-term customer commitments are managed through order agreements. And finally, you can implement delivery schedules and available to promise functionality, giving sales accurate, real-time commitment dates based on actual stock and scheduled supply. Finally, reports and output documents ensure that the system delivers the required statutory and management output. You can configure core financial reports, including the income statement and balance sheet. You can automate generation of essential transaction documents like invoices, credit notes, pro forma, delivery notes, purchase order confirmation, sales order confirmation, free text invoice, and payment advice. For manufacturing and supply chain, you can configure standard production reports and enable MRP inquiries. Crucially, Intelisense will deliver 3 Power BI dashboards tailored to your needs, providing leadership with real-time visual business performance monitoring. And that concludes the extensive scope of Rapid90 across the core, standard, and pro tiers. This approach guarantees a structured implementation that provides a powerful, integrated, and scalable solution, giving your business the platform you need for rapid, complex growth. Each option builds logically on the last so that businesses can select the level that matches their current needs while having a clear path to expand as they grow. With its clearly defined comprehensive functional coverage and accelerated deployment, Rapid90 provides a proven pathway to enterprise ERP modernization without the uncertainty of traditional projects. If you'd like to learn more or receive an immediate quote, please visit our website or contact the expert team directly at sales@intelisenseIT.com. Thank you so much for watching.